Hello everybody. Today we're going to learn how to use the program MobileServe, which is the new platform that Leaders Club will be using to sign up for events, log hours, and check in and out of events. Once you go to the website, go ahead and sign in. I'm going to be demonstrating everything on the website. However, everything that I'm doing today, you will be able to do on the mobile app. When you first log in, you will be on your home screen. To the left, you'll see your toolbar, which should look identical to mine, except yours will not have this category that says Dashbar. On the right, you can see your friends if you've accepted friend requests from anyone. In the middle, you can see how many service hours you have logged total. I'm going to start by going over what all the different things in the toolbar are, and then I'll go into signing up for events and logging your hours. So first home, this is what you're looking at now. If you click on activity, this is basically your service log. This is where you can see all the events that you have been at and what they were. If you want more information, just click on an event and I will tell you what the event was and whatever description you typed in. So I typed in that it was the South Essex cleanup and we were picking up garbage. This is how many hours it was, and this is the date. And then I can see the category it was. It was a Y program because it was organized by the YMCA, and that it was approved by my family leader. The next thing on the list is friends. So this is where you can see anyone who you have accepted a friend request for. Right now I'm on the weekly view and I can see how many hours my friends have gotten this week. This is a fun way to both keep your friends accountable, but also to compete with your friends to see who can get the most hours. Next is the events, which I will be coming back to later when I talk about signing up for events. But this is essentially all the different events that you can sign up for to volunteer at. Next is your photos. I don't have any photos on my page, so when I click on photos, there's nothing to see. However, if I go to my friends and I go to a friend who I know has photos, I can see that Ben has posted some photos of his volunteering. However, every time you volunteer, it will ask you if you want to attach some photos, and it's a great way to share with your friends what you've been up to. Lastly, for you guys is the service resume, and this is an opportunity for you to pay to have MobileServe put together a resume of all the different volunteering you have been doing. This is a pretty cool option, but you do have to pay, so that is up to you. Next, I'm going to talk about how we sign up for events. To do that, go ahead and click on events, and then all you have to do is find the event you're interested in attending. So let's see, I'm interested in attending the Chipotle flyer making. All you have to do is go click on the event, and then from there, this is where a lot of people have been making mistakes. To sign up for the event, you do not click going. You're welcome to click it, but it does not officially sign you up for the event. To sign up for the event, you need to come down to this blue button and click volunteer sign up. From there, you can hit sign up and you will officially be signed up for one of the slots that is available. Again, you don't just click going. I'll go over that with another example in a second. If for some reason you can no longer attend the event, just click unsign up. But like we've been doing in the past, you need to do this prior to 48 hours before the event takes place. So again, another example of how to sign up. If I want to go to the basketball, you simply you don't click going, go to volunteer sign up, and click the slot you are interested in signing up for. So let's say now I'm going to quickly go over how you would then log your hours once you're attending an event. So let's say that I am at the Chipotle flyer making and it's 6 o'clock and I arrive at the event. The easiest way to check your hours is on your phone, go to the event, and then you can click check in. All you have to do is hit that and hit done, and you are checked in and it is logging that time for you. Then, after some time has passed, theoretically the hour that you were at the event, you would just come down here and click check out of the event. And you would check out. Right now it's saying I was there for 0 hours and 0 minutes, but we're going to pretend like I was there for the whole hour. Alright, it's going to only log me 15 minutes, but that's okay. So the next thing to look at is the service organization. And for me, it's automatically filled in Chapel Hill Carborough YMCA. And I'm going to go over in a minute what to do if that isn't automatically filled in. Next, I need to check to make sure that these hours get attributed to my family. And then from there, this little thing pops up. This was a YMCA event, which meaning it was organized by the YMCA. So I just click Y programs. Then down here you tell your story. So I would write helping to make posters. Awesome. Then we have verification. And there are a couple different ways to do this. You can add your location or you can add your supervisor name. The easiest way is to attach your location, and you can do that from your phone. And then once you've done all that, you just hit submit hours. Then those hours go to your family leader to be approved. Now, let's say that this weekend I volunteered with my church. So that's not going to be an event under our list because this wasn't organized. Instead, you're going to go back to your home or up here and you're going to hit start serving. So this wasn't a special event. Instead, you're going to come down here and hit enter service hours and locations. Quickly to show you what check into a special event is, it is all those different events that we saw over here. So this is a different way to get to that screen to check into an event. But we're logging an event that wasn't through the YMCA. So I'm going to go to enter service hours and locations. All right, so first I picked the date. So I volunteered on Saturday, and I volunteered for 2 hours. Now, this is where we get to service organization. And I'm going to quickly go over what the different options are. But this way I'm logging hours now, you can also use if there isn't a particular event already created for your event. All right, so these are your different service organizations. I have a handy dandy little flowchart for you. So there are basically 3 main options. One is that it's a YMCA sponsored event. These are things like basketball after school, P&Os, and then also our Leaders Club meetings, and then additionally if you had hours from rallies or things like that. For those, your service organization is Chapel Hill Carborough YMCA. And as you saw in the previous example, that was automatically filled in for me. Make sure that you don't put YMCA up the triangle or do things like forget the hyphen, but it should be automatically filled in for you. Next are the events that are provided to you by Leaders Club and that you sign up through on MobileServe, but they don't take place and they're not organized by the YMCA. These are things like serving at the IFC or helping out with Carborough Elementary Child Watch. For those, your service organization is whatever organization planned and ran the event. So, for example, the serving at the IFC, the organization is the Interfaith Council. For Elementary Child Watch, the organization is Carborough Elementary School. If you ever have a question about that, feel free to ask your family leader. Lastly, these are events that you find on your own, which are basically outside of the YMC hours. So these could be with your church or your school or any other groups you're involved with outside of the Y. For these, the organization, again, is whatever organization organized the event, whether it was your high school's honor society or your church or other social groups or other service organizations. So going back here, I did this with my church, so I would write church mission, so I would write church youth group. Be a little more specific, but I'm not going to put a specific youth group. Then again, I have to check so it goes to my family. And here, these are outside of the Y programs. These were not organized by the YMCA. So then next, I tell my story. Now, something that's different about events that are outside of the Y. If you're volunteering at an event that was provided to you through Leaders Club, it is not required at this time that you attach a verification either by your location or your supervisor email. However, since this is an outside of the Y program, we are requiring you to do verification. So if I was still at the event, I could attach my location, or I could put their name and put their real name. We'll say John Smith is my youth group leader. Okay, and then from there, you would just submit your hours, and again, they would go to approval for your family leader. So that is basically how to log your hours. Another common problem for leaders is logging hours for an event they didn't have their phone at. Similarly to what I did before, go to log your hours, and then again, you can check into a special event. The event should still be listed. You might have to scroll. So let's say I didn't have my phone at the Chipotle flyer making to clock in and clock out. So instead, I would on it, which checked me in, and then when I would hit done, and then immediately you would check out. And then from there, you can edit the hours to represent the hour that you were there. Don't forget to fill in all of this. One last note about the story, which I forgot to mention earlier. Don't just put had a blast, because then your family leader doesn't know what event this was. But make sure you also add Chipotle flyer making. Alright, so that is basically how you log your hours, how you sign up for events, and how to navigate through MobileServe. As you continue to learn more about the program, feel free to let your family leader know if you ever have any questions.